Hi, my name is Carrie and welcome to today's session. Today I wanted to do a little bit of focusing on strengthening our core and glutes because this helps to stabilize a lot of the way that we stand in our posture and how we feel in our bodies. So by building strength, we could build a little bit more stability. So all we're going to need is our mat today and a little bit of motivation. So once you have that, we'll begin whenever you're ready. So today I wanted to begin in child's pose. So what you are going to do is allow your knees to be a little bit wider than your hips underneath you. Bring our toes together behind and then just gently relax our head as we reach our arms forward. If you're a little bit tight through your traps, I understand that's where I carry most of my stress too. So if that is you, you can, instead of bring your hands directly in front of your shoulders, bring them a little bit wider like you're doing a Y in your arms. And just relax the head down, soften through the spine and the rest of the body as you allow yourself to breathe nice and big to help set the tone. So I wanted to focus and emphasis on slow and strong today, knowing that fine-tuned movements can help us achieve a little bit more of the strength and the stability that we're trying to find in the positions. So move according to your body. Please listen to it the best you can. And you can come back to the safe space of child's pose whenever you feel like you need to reconnect with your breath. So we'll take one more big inhale here, followed by a big exhale as you let it go. And then since we're here, we'll start with a little bit of a lateral. Gently come up onto your fingertips as you raise your forehead up off the mat. And then walk your hands over towards the right side as far as they will go, especially through that left arm. And then think about reaching forward, not just over towards the left, but forward as you create space and length through that left side. And then gently relax the forehead down. The right arm isn't quite doing anything. You can take that all the way back behind you and bring this, the hand to the back of your lower back as you find some space and length through your left side. Keep pulling your left hip back behind you as you find your breath. Take 2 here. And then 1 more. We'll take your time to gently press down into your left palm as you raise your forehead. Let your right hand come forward to meet the left, and then walk your hands back to your center line and then over towards the right side. Again, focus here is on the right hand as it reaches over towards that side, but keep finding length as you rest that hand down, and then rest your forehead once you land. Take that left hand behind you against your lower back and find your breath for 2. Really good. 1 more. Yeah, take your time to slowly lift your forehead up as you come up onto your fingertips on your right hand. Reach your left hand in front to meet the right, and then walk your hands all the way back to center. Walk your hands back towards you slightly so that it becomes easier for you to come up onto your hands and your knees. And then once you arrive, you're going to find your cat-cow. So again, a little bit wider through the hands if you know you're tight through your traps. And as you find your next inhale, drop the belly as you lift your gaze. Think nice and proud through your chest. And then exhale as you push the earth away, rounding your spine, separating the shoulder blades away from each other. Take another big inhale as you drop the belly, lift the gaze. And then exhale again as you round. Good, we'll do that 2 more times at your own pace. Finding your full range in Chakravarkasana. Really good. Take your time to gently come back into a neutral spine. We'll do the twist in our spine so that we get the full range there first. You're going to take your right hand and bring it to the back of the head. And then as you find your next inhale, you're going to rotate that elbow all the way up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, bring that elbow down and then cross it over to touch the left one. Inhale again as you lift that elbow straight up towards the sky. And then exhale again as you rotate it down. Good. 1 more time. Inhale, rotate open. And then exhale again as you find close. Good. Inhale, rotate that elbow up 1 last time. And then exhale, plant that hand back down towards the earth. Good. Rest that right hand down. Take that left hand and bring it to the back of the head. And then the same thing. Inhale, rotate that elbow straight up towards the sky. And then exhale again as you rotate it back down. Good. Inhale, rotate up. And then exhale again, rotate it down. Good. One more time. Inhale, rotate up. And then exhale, rotate down. Good. And end on the inhale. Inhale, rotate up. And then exhale, plant the hand. Good. We're going to take the movement happening into our hips. So on your next inhale, you're going to take your right foot and then kick it all the way out towards the right side of the mat. Good. So the shoulders tend to shift over towards the left when you lift that leg when it's out to the side. So try to maintain as much stability through your shoulders without rocking over towards your left the best you can. On your next inhale, lift that right leg up off the mat. Good. And then exhale, slowly lower. Inhale again as you squeeze and lift. You're probably wondering why your leg is so heavy. It's because it's super far away from you. Exhale again as you lower. Really good. One more time. Inhale, squeeze and lift. And then exhale again as you lower. Really good. You're going to take those right toes and open them out to the right side, and then start to bend the knee towards the right, and then gently come on up. Good. So your stance should look like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your right hand and gently rotate that right hip open. Bring your left hand to your left hip and keep that left hip open out towards the left. Take a nice big inhale here. And then as you exhale, take a nice big bend over towards the right side. Good. Inhale again as you lift. And then exhale again as you bend. Good. One more time. Inhale, lift. And then exhale again as you bend. Good. Gently come all the way back up. And then from there, you're going to take that right arm, both arms, reach them all the way up towards the sky. Good. And then you're going to straighten out that leg towards the right side to find yourself in gate pose. And then keep pressing your hips forward, engage the glutes, and then take a nice big side bend over towards the right, unassisted. Good. That means your obliques are doing a lot of work to help stabilize your core as you find that bend. Good. And keep rotating that left chest up towards the sky. Can you find two more? Really good. Last one. Good. Gently come all the way back to center. And then you're going to take that left hand all the way to the outside of the mat. And then reach that right arm up and over. But keep sending your hips forward while you find this position. Good. Now you find length as you lift that right leg up off the mat. And then as you exhale, elbow to knee. Good. Inhale again as you extend. Keep the hips forward. And then exhale again, elbow to knee. Good. Two more like that. Inhale, reach. Exhale again, elbow to knee. Really good. One more time. Inhale, extend. And then exhale again, elbow to knee. Good. Reach the leg all the way back out, open it up. And then exhale, you can rotate the hands back down towards the mat. Take your left foot and rotate it to your center, and you should be in a three-legged tabletop with your right leg extended back behind you. Gently push back into that leg to find the opening through that ankle and that hamstring. Really good. One more. Good. And then on the next inhale, shift the weight back towards the front, and then you're going to gently lift that leg up off the mat. Take a nice big inhale here as you lift that leg high. And then as you exhale, bring that knee towards your nose. Wait. Good. Inhale again as you extend it back. And then exhale again, knee to nose. Good. Inhale again, push it back. And then exhale again, knee to nose. Good. Gently push it all the way back behind you. Last time, exhale, knee to nose. Good. Extend that leg all the way back behind. And then exhale, release that knee back down towards the earth. Good. We're going to do the same thing to the left side. You're going to take your left leg and push it out towards the left side, out to the side. So you're going to look like this. And then on your next inhale, try not to shift your weight too much into that right side. Inhale, lift the left leg high. And then exhale again as you lower. Good. You should feel it right here in that outer hip. Inhale again as you squeeze and lift. And then exhale again as you lower. Good. Inhale again, squeeze. And then exhale again as you lower. Good. One last time. Inhale, lift. And then again as you exhale, lower. Good. You're going to turn the toe out towards that left side and then start to bend into that knee as you slowly come on up. And then you're going to take your hands, left hand to the inside of that knee, right hand to the front of that right hip so that it doesn't rotate inwards as you try to open this hip. Take a nice big inhale here. And then as you exhale, take a nice big bend over towards that left side. Good. Inhale again as you lift. And then exhale again as you bend. Good. Inhale again. And then exhale again. Good. Take your time to slowly come all the way back up. And then you're going to extend that leg nice and straight with your feet nice and flat. Reach both arms all the way up high. And then exhale again, side bend over towards that extended leg, unassisted. Good. So a lot of core here. Keep pressing the hips forward. Engage the center. Breathe nice and big. Really good. One more. Yeah, take your time to come all the way back to center. And then you're going to take it all the way over towards the right side. So this is going to be on the side of your mat. Reach that arm up overhead as you keep pressing your hips forward, and then slowly start to elevate that left leg up off the mat. Inhale here. And then exhale again, elbow to knee. Inhale again, extend. Exhale again, elbow to knee. Get 2 more like that. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Last one, inhale, extend. And then exhale again, elbow to knee. Good. Reach everything back out. Good. Plant that left hand back down, back foot down towards the ground, and then rotate that left hand all the way down towards the mat. And then again, rotate your right foot in so that you are in now a 3-legged tabletop position with your left leg extended back. On your next inhale, lift, push back into that heel, opening up into the hamstring to start. And calves and ankles. Good. One more. And then when you feel ready, shift your weight back to center as you start to lift that leg without tilting that hip open. So the left hip is still facing down. Inhale again, push back into that heel, find length. And then as you exhale, knee to nose. Good. Inhale again as you extend. Exhale again, knee to nose. Good. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. One more like that. Inhale, extend. And then exhale again, knee to nose. Good. Gently come back into a nice neutral spine as you lengthen the leg. And then exhale that knee back down towards the earth. Good. We're going to drop down to our elbows, tuck our toes, and hover our knees about an inch off the mat. So breathing here nice and big, pushing back into those heels, hovering the knees nice and low, pushing down into the elbows, pulling the navel in, breathing nice and big. Good. 4 more. Good. Final 3. Good. 2 more. Good. Last one. Good. Inhale here. And then exhale. Take the feet all the way back behind you. Find a nice low plank on elbows. Take a nice big inhale here. And then as you exhale, slowly lower the hips all the way down towards the ground. Good. Once we arrive, you're going to untuck your toes, plant your hands firmly, lift through your chest. Good. Try to drill the elbows down, dropping the shoulders away from the ears, lengthening through the top of the crown of the head. Good. And then engaging the glutes. 1 more. Yeah, take your time to slowly let your elbows fall out to the side. Take your hands by your rib cage. Gently roll yourself all the way up to your hands and knees and sit back into your hips for your child's pose. Good. We'll just be here for 1 breath. And then we'll take our time to slowly come back up to our hands and our knees. Good. We'll rotate ourselves down onto the ground. Good. As we find our comfortable seat. So in our seat, what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple of 90-90s to start. So bend your knees nice and wide and out to the sides. Feet wide, knees wide. We'll just take a couple of 90-90s, taking the knees side to side. Finding a full rotation for the hips. Good. From here, we're going to take our legs into a nice wide straddle. and just gently find a nice seated position like this. If this is really difficult for you, you can bring your legs a little bit closer in and then just keep your booty untucked so you find your sit bones in the ground so you can have a nice flat back. It's not about how wide it is, but how tall you can sit within it. So once you find this position, you are going to either have your hands forward, which is going to be a little bit more challenging, or your hands back behind you for a little bit more support. We're going to work our hip flexors just a little bit to find strength. So what you're going to do is focus on one leg at a time. Take the right leg, and you're going to pretend that there is a little prop in front of that foot, and you're going to hop your foot over it. So keeping your leg nice and straight. From back here, it's going to look like this. And then back. Up here, it's going to look like this. Hands forward, flat back, lift, and lift. You can try either one, and I want you to do a total of 3 on each side. So 1 and back is 1, 1 and back was 2. That was number 2. So this is number 3. Forward and back. And the more controlled you can make it, the stronger you will get. So same thing. On the left leg, your left foot is going to come forward first. Forward, and then back. It's my stronger leg. Good. Again, forward and back. Good. Big breaths really matter here. One more time. Forward and back. Good. Gently bring the soles of your feet together and find a gentle forward fold to help you release. We do one more. Good. And then take time to slowly roll back up. Gently close the knees. And then we're going to find ourselves in our Navasana, our boat pose. So same thing. Untuck your booty cheeks so that you find your sit bones nice and easy. And you're going to gently start to lean back, but keep your spine nice and straight. Take your time. Think about really keeping the thighs close to the chest, and then start to lift the toes up off the mat. If this is where you are today, wonderful. Be right here. See if you can take 5 breaths. If you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can maybe extend through the leg, one at a time. Or if you want to focus a little bit more on core rather than just your legs, you can extend the arms out forward. Good. Work here for 4 more. Good. It's just straightening to your capacity. Good. 2 more. Really good. Last one. Good. Take a nice big inhale here. And then as you exhale, start to straighten the leg and lower yourself down onto your back, but keep your shoulders and head off the mat. So extend, 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 extend. Control. Good. Now breathe here for 5. You got it. 4 more. Good. Last 3. Good. 2 more. Good. Last one. Good. Take your time. Inhale. And then exhale. Lower all the way down onto the ground as you bring your knees into your chest. Good. Wonderful job. You're going to take your feet and slowly lower them down onto your mat, moving back into the glutes as we find our bridge pose. We're going to do a total of 3 lifts, but with a hold at the top. So on your next inhale, lift the hips up as high as you can, pressing down into your feet, keeping the knees pointing forward, actively engaging the glutes. Take your hands and pull them down towards your heels if you feel like you can. And if you're like that, doesn't feel good in the shoulders, you can release them down. This is where you listen to your bodies. Take another big inhale and exhale here. Good. And then find another inhale as you lift. And then on the exhale, slowly roll the hips down 1 vertebrae at a time. Good. Again, number 2, inhale, squeeze and lift. Pull the knuckles down towards the ground or keep your palms nice and flat. Exhale, hold it. Take another big inhale as you lift a little bit more. And then exhale, roll it all the way back down towards the earth. Releasing the hands. Good. 1 final time. Inhale, squeeze and lift. Good. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lift a little bit higher. And then exhale, lower it down to nice and slow. Yeah, take your time to slowly bend into your knees. Bring your knees towards your armpits, so create a little bit more space. And then gently give yourself the right side to side. Yeah. We'll close out our practice by giving ourselves one last big hug, bringing our forehead up to meet the knees. Squeeze the body really tight. Take a nice big inhale here. Hold your breath at the top. Squeeze the body really hard for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big exhale as you release the body, as well as your breath, letting it come all the way down towards the floor. If you are okay in just a regular Shavasana today, enjoy it. If you feel like you'd like a little bit more of a hip opener because we just did a lot of strengthening and a little bit of opening, and you add like a little bit more, you can bring the soles of your feet together as you bring your knees out to the sides. But wherever you choose to land, if you need a little bit of comfort, know that you can have it by placing one hand over heart and one hand over belly. Knowing that this part is for your nervous system, for you to check in with yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, knowing that we cannot be 100% every day, all the time. And knowing that strength begins when we start to choose ourselves. So as we look to build strength, stability, and a better foundation for us to be able to find more comfort and more ease through our lives and our bodies, to take this time and opportunity to relax, to check in, and just to be. So you take one last moment in stillness, acknowledging that we have already done the work just by showing up for ourselves today. We'll fill ourselves up with a big breath in. Maybe take a pause at the top, followed by a big exhale as you let the breath go. Gently wiggling through your fingers and your toes, rolling out your ankles and your wrists. If a full body stretch does call to you, gently bring your knees to a close, extend the legs, and reach up overhead for a full body stretch. Whenever you're ready, slowly start to bend the knees as you roll over to your favorite side, coming into that comfortable fetal position. Taking a moment, taking that pause before you slowly push yourself up to your comfortable seat. Once we arrive, we're going to take one hand over our heart, one hand over our belly. A gentle reminder today that we are not our bodies, and our bodies are just a vessel for us to be able to experience the world that we live in. But in order to find comfort in our bodies, we must take care. So finding strength, finding ease is really important to take care of ourselves the best we can. So as we find gratitude for our bodies in this practice, thank you so much for allowing me to guide yours today, from my heart to yours. Thank you for all that you do, and thank you for being here. I hope to see you at the next one.